We're obviously here preparing for the new season. Last season was successful. How do you build on what you did last season? What are the next steps for this team, do you think?
I think it brings us momentum, energy as well to look back what we did last year. And like I said, it has to bring us energy to build even more, to raise the bar a little bit higher. And I think we have all the conditions to give a little bit more and a plus, so we can even get better from what we did last year.
Lots of the fans would say that last season was a success. Erik ten Hag told us at the end of last season that he didn't think it was just progress. Would you agree with that it wasn't a success, that success for this club is something bigger than that?
Yeah, it doesn't fully reply on the entire success that this football club works for and deserves. We just see it like our manager said. We see it as a progress, little step forward. Obviously playing 2 finals, winning a trophy, being up there competing for the Premier League. That's what we want to aim. And obviously we know that it's difficult. We have a lot of teams to compete for, but we are Man United, so we have to look that as not as a motivation, but as a responsibility to fulfill the objectives of this club.
You've been here for 5 years now. When you look back at those 5 years, coming here as so young, for a lot of money, having played very few games for Porto, how do you look back at those 5 years, what you've been through at this club?
Exactly the word that I've just said. I look back to my years here as a progressive career. Obviously, I've learned a lot since I came here from day one. I felt that I belonged to this club, and that's why I wanted to stay here for even more time. So this also brings me motivation to keep fighting for this club, for fighting for the fans, which I love. And like I said, my aim is always to get better every day, every year, giving a little step forward, and to help the club winning.
The new contract that you got show how much they value you as well. In the press release that we got, they said some very nice things about you. That must give you a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a combination of me at the club, the connection that we have, the project that the club believe that I can be a part of it. Obviously, the manager, the important role that he had since he came here to help me to develop it even more. So I think this is the perfect, like I said, perfect combination for me, and I didn't have any doubts on keeping here at this club and fighting for even more.
In terms of your ambition to win big trophies here, do you think this squad is the best that you've been a part of since you came to this club, the most equipped to go and challenge for the Premier League title and maybe even competitions like the Champions League?
You cannot compare. I think you only can get opinions after the results. So we have to get results first, and then we're gonna have probably a base to answer to that question. We cannot predict the future. We just can try to work every day for the future can be bright for us, and I think we're doing even this preseason. I feel the energy. I feel the motivation with the players, the new signings that we're bringing in. So I think we are getting at this positive energy to start the season with the right way, and hopefully we will be in the end celebrating with the fans.
And those new signings you mentioned before, Mason Mount and Andre Onana are here. What are your first impressions of them, their introduction into the dressing room, and what can they bring to the team, do you think?
Apart from being fantastic football players, I think one of the most important parts is the human side. I think they are 2 humble players who like to work hard and like to help the others, and I think they've adapted so quick in just so less time, and obviously Mason knew a few of the lads from England as well, Andre from previous colleagues as well. So I think they adapt really quick, and a part of that, obviously the quality that they have as a players. I don't think anybody has doubts, and they will help us a lot this season.
You've obviously got a new captain as well, a guy that you must know very, very well in Bruno Fernandes. What kind of captain is he? Is he a guy that wants to encourage you? Will he shout at you if he doesn't think that you're doing the right things? What kind of a captain is he?
I think he's not going. To be honest, knowing him as I know him, he's not going to change the behavior that he had from since he came here. To be honest, when he arrived, he always tried to get this natural leadership that he has inside of him. It's always a player that you can rely on. Obviously, being there every single game brings you even more confidence to have a teammate like him who gives you everything for the team. And then obviously the personality that has that capacity to be a leader, and we are happy that he's one of the leaders of this team.
When it comes to signing a new contract, especially for the time span that you've signed for and the period of your career that will involve, what kind of conversations do you have to have with the manager? What kind of belief do you have to have over the direction of the team, because you're committing the main part of your career to this football club?
Yeah, I think you said everything. You have to have this combination of feelings from the club and from myself as well. First of all, you have to believe, you have to have confidence in your qualities, which I am, which I have, and then having that important part, which for me is one of the most important parts, is having that positive energy and feedback from the manager, that he also believes in your work. He also believes that you can be a part of the club for the upcoming years. And when you have that, I think for me it was straight away the answer to sign the contract and to keep going at this club. And I think that the combination also between the club manager and the player, I think when you have that all combined going to one way, I think it's the only way for me.
We live in an era where fullbacks, a lot is demanded of fullbacks, but a lot is demanded of goalkeepers as well. And Andre's come in, and people kind of think that might change the way that Manchester United play, and that might give the fullback another role. We obviously know that Manchester City and other clubs are playing inverted fullbacks now, as Timber did, for instance, on Saturday. Is that something that you could adapt to? How difficult is that, being a fullback now and the many responsibilities you might have?
I think it's just an adaptation that we need to have naturally. Obviously, if the manager asks you to do and he thinks is the best for the team, we just have to find a way to do it. I feel comfortable playing in the middle when I have to go there. So it's just like I said, an adaptation. Obviously, we want to build our style of play. We want to dominate games, surprise the opponents, having that control with and without the ball, and for that we need intelligent players. We need players that are committed to what the manager asks you to do, and personality. I think that's the combination when you want to play and you want to have control with the ball, and especially for fullbacks now that we are going to the midfield, we have to be a little bit more used to be in those positions.
I mean, that's something about Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. They used to dominate games, and almost since he's left, Manchester United seem to be a counter-attacking team. It does feel as though Ten Hag wants you to control games, and that seems to be the way that teams win matches now. Is that the way that you feel in the dressing room as well?
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need to have the most possession of the ball to control games. We can control the games without having the ball. At least as long as we are compact, as long we are together, and we don't concede too many chances and too many spaces, especially in the midfield. We just want to build this compactness in the team first, and then be the best teams in transition, whether it's attacking or defending. I think obviously the controlling in the possession will be probably the most easy way to say that it's how you control games, but we want to be dominant also without the ball, and that's what we are aiming for.
This is your second pre-season under Erik ten Hag. I'm just wondering, knowing how hard the last one was, does that make this one easier or a harder thing to get your head around, because he demands a lot of his players, doesn't he?
I think it's the same or even more with the big kick, because like I said, we want to raise the level, we want to step forward, and he demands us for us. But we as a players, between teammates, we also want to increase the level. So we have to keep this, especially in pre-season. It's a good time for us to do that, because we're all together every day. Pretty much we have a lot of time to talk and then to see how can we improve and how can we raise the bar as a team, and it starts in training. So this is the first thing that when we wake up, we have to realize that it starts in training, and then obviously with the demands of the manager, it won't get easier with the days passing by, but we don't want that as well. We want it to be hard and difficult because that's how we progress.
You'll be aware at this club there's always speculation about signings and things like that, but I think it's been quite quiet this summer at right back. It seems that you and Aaron have answered any questions that people may have had about you, and you've got a real good competition that drives each other forward.
Yeah, I think it's normal when you're playing for a club like this. It's always rumors. I think the fans also get a lot of excitement when the market opens, and they just want the best for the team. So we are a little bit used to that when you play for Man United, that all the players are being linked to the club. So for me, I just keep it in my mind that I'm here. I'm fighting to play a lot of games like I played last season. So I'm not bothered at all for what the rumors are. But just when the signings come, we just receive them well and look forward.
But in terms of a rivalry, I guess, as right backs, I guess it brings out the best of both of you, having that competition.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you want to play for this club, you have to be able to compete. Not just as a team, but as individuals as well. Every position we have at least now 2 players that can play and they can start a game for this club. So this is something that I've always said and I've always kept on my mind, that I like it. I like to have this type of competition, and I think I have a good teammate to do that, which makes me even more motivated to raise the level and fight for the position.
I know he's left, and it's not supposed to be a controversial question at all, but he will go down as one of the greatest players in Manchester United's history, and we're an international teammate of him. I'm just wondering what you can learn from a player like Cristiano Ronaldo about his mentality as much as anything else when he goes on the field.
I mean, he helped me a lot outside of the pitch. Whether it's the way he conducts himself every single day, I think the discipline that he has and he had through all this career, it brought me a lot, and it was a joy for me to play with him and to be his teammate. He helped me a lot. I will keep some things to myself, but the general is that. His discipline is what impressed me the most, because you can be consistent, but you can be consistent in a bad way, and he was disciplined and consistent in a good way, and that's what I've learned the most from him.
And now you and Bruno can be the Portuguese lads driving standards at United.
Yes, that's what I try. I mean, I always like to be professional, help my teammates when they need me. So I always keep that standards, and I think it's one of the best standards that the club can have. So I try to fulfill that high standards that the club has.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.